I always visualized good things, success, abundance. I visualized it all and it's all happening.
If you have a clear picture in your head of something is going to happen, a clear belief in that it will happen no matter what, then nothing can stop it. You know what I mean? It is destined to happen, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? It's perfect.
A lot of people were surprised when they found out that you've been signing your name as Champ 2011. How did that come about?
I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe that that you can speak things into existence. And I believe that when you know where you're going and you know what you want, the universe has a way of stepping aside for you. And me signing my signature with Champion 2011 on it can't hurt me. It can't hurt me. It could only help me to believe it even more. So yeah, I mean, it works for me.
If you don't know, now you know. It's true. When you're ready to do something and try something that's out of your comfort zone, that's out of your norm, it's always the one you're dating, the one you're married to, the one that's in your family, your friends, and your immediate circle, that will always try and talk you out of doing something special and significant. Do you know how many people have had visions, ideas, and huge career moves that they were about to make, and they allowed the word no to stop them?
Just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in, 80 to 100 hour weeks every week. All those things improve the odds of success. So when people tell me well, what can you do to encourage entrepreneurs to start companies? I'm like, if you need encouragement, don't start a company.
Michael Jordan tells me one day he wants to be the best player that's ever played here. And I said, well, you got to work harder than you did in high school. He said, I worked as hard as everybody else. I said, oh, excuse me. I thought you just told me you want to be the best player to ever play here. He said, I'm going to show you. Nobody will ever work as hard as I work.
Hard work pays. I put in a hell of a lot of work all throughout this build-up in the fight. I pumped out more content than anybody, more content than Fox, more content than ESPN, more content than BT Sport, more content than everybody on the Mag Live on my own channels. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking workhorse from all angles, not just in the gym, but I'm building this media empire now myself, and we pumped out the content. I'm very proud of how it went. We consistently, daily movies I was releasing, from like a month ago, every single day. You know what I mean? Nobody's doing that. So I'm very proud of it, and I'm very, the work pays, hard work pays, and I put in the work, and that's why I'm sitting at the top. I put it all on the line, I show up, I perform, and I get the results from that. So
I'm a workaholic. I'm obsessed with what I do, to the top level. I don't really have that much of a social life because I'm always working and conspiring on, how to make something work. How do I put the pieces together?
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
You worked your ass off. You got up at 6 a.m. in the morning. You decided to stay in your college dorm and not party, drink, smoke, and get high. You decided to focus and get away from all of the distractions so that you can pass that bar exam and that test. You decided to focus so that you can get a high test grade on your SAT scores and end up going to college to play sports, football, basketball, or anything that your college degrees allowed you to do and become.
When you step on the floor, it doesn't matter how many times you've done it before. All that matters is that you do it now.
I've been beat before, you know what I mean? I've lost MMA fights, I've lost boxing fights, I've lost so many fights in the gym, I lose all the time, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. If you, any true martial artist will know, in order to succeed at this game, you must lose a fucking shitload of times. You know what I mean? You must lose many times. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We all have we all have the same emotions. We have all won and we have all lost. It's a sport. It is what it is. You know, just get on with it. Look to learn from it. You know, the day you stop trying to learn is the day you start losing. You know what I mean? So
when people tell me like, well, what can you do to encourage entrepreneurs to start companies? I'm like, if you need encouragement, don't start a company. We basically messed up almost every aspect of the Model 3 production line, from cells to packs to motors, body line, the paint shop, final assembly, everything. Everything was messed up. I lived in the Fremont and Nevada factories for 3 years, fixing that production line, running around like a maniac through every part of that factory.
Honestly, I have convinced myself that I'm not designed to lose.
You have to respect losing because losing is a part of winning. Yeah. You never just, win. You got to lose to win. Losing is going to hurt. Absolutely. To a point where you would look at, how can I do things different? How can I change? How can I make this team better? And that's the thing about a team, and you know this too, is that before you can look at someone else, you got to look at yourself in the mirror, because that's how things get started. And you got to be willing to change.
I never had a plan B. Once I didn't go to college and I moved out to LA, I was like, man, this is it. That's all I got. There was one moment in my life, I remember right when I was going to Jack in the Box, trying to get a job. I gave my last check of everything, my savings, everything. I had nothing left. I was like, cool, this is it. And I was like, but it doesn't happen this month. I'm going back home to Jersey and I'm going to figure it out. I don't even know what I'm doing. Figure it out. I love food. I might, become a chef or something like that. Whatever. Something I can do every day and love. I love to eat. Whatever. And then I booked Red Tail. So that was a bad story. Whatever. That was my moment of saying, it was like, okay, cool, this is all I got. After this, it's over. If it doesn't work out, I'm moving back to LA. And in that moment of me saying that and thinking that, I got the job that gave me the opportunity to stay in LA just a little bit longer. Then after that, it was just like things just started to flow. So that's like that.
Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for. Every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.
I see what's not there. I have visions. My visions are bold and unapologetic. They say you gotta think out of the box. In my mind, there is no box. To have ideas and visions and dreams, and then to do any means necessary to see to it that the vision come to life.
Life's short. So you think about how you want to be remembered. Who did I help? Who did I put on? Who did I nudge in the right direction so they can achieve their dreams?
I was a waster. Got called that a lot, you know what I mean? But and then when I start getting that focus and realize, I'm gonna make this happen. And then now that has happened, I'm making it happen. It's depressing times for a lot of people in Ireland. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the country. A lot of people are struggling. Everybody's struggling. But now since them seeing me chase this dream, it's given them an energy, and I see a new lease of life in them. And that alone spurs me on even more. So it's all just a perfect storm that's happening for me. And that is why I have this tunnel vision, and that is why I'm willing to kill every single man in my path.
Change your mind and it will change your life. Change. If nothing around you changes, change the things that are around you.
Pressure, it's an illusion, but I want that illusion of pressure. I have to heap more on, give me more pressure. So when I put this guy away and make it look easy, which I will do, people will say, how did he do that? Let's skip the queue. Let's jump this guy ahead of the queue and put him straight in for a title shot. Saturday night, You're gonna see a true #1 contender here on Saturday night.